Vanessa Bell Calloway. I am a working actress. I got started, well, my mother will tell you that I was born a dancer. I was a breech birth. And I've been dancing. I started as a concert dancer and doing dance and theater in Cleveland, Ohio, the Caramel House in Cleveland, Ohio. So I've been literally doing everything since I was about 13, 14. I started dance classes at 12, and by the age 16 I was in a dance company at Caramel. And then when I went to Ohio University to get my BFA, I did a lot of dancing there. Then I went to New York, and that's where I started doing concert dance first. Then I got into Broadway, and I continued doing plays because I had started doing plays in Cleveland, and in high school, summer stock, I was doing different plays. So I've been in the industry literally professionally I got my first paycheck at 16. I was very blessed, as my mother says, because I've always known what I wanted to do. I've always known. And I remember being in Cleveland, Ohio in the 60s, and this is the honest to God truth. I don't know if you remember those little photo house shoes that used to photo like that my mother had. I would put those shoes on and I would put two chairs together, and I didn't know anything about dancing other than what I'd seen on television. And I went to the library because in the summertime my mother made us go to the library, and you had to read 10 books for the whole summer. So one of my books was I Want to Be a Dancer. They had a series, I Want to Be a Fireman, I Want to Be a Nurse, those series for those of you who remember. But I got I Want to Be a Dancer, and it was from that book that I taught myself the positions. So I got a chair, I got my mother's house shoes, and I did first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I taught myself the positions. And anytime any dancers would come on TV, I would just get up and I would just dance, and I would just dance around and follow them over my shoulder. So I knew I wanted to be a dancer all my life. There was never a question, anything else I wanted to do. There was never anything else that, distracted me. And anytime Alvin and Ailey would come to town, I would kill to see them. So I majored in dance, and then I went to New York. But not only did I dance, that's when I became an actress as well. A lot of people inspired me. Of course, my mother is a great inspiration because she's a very strong black woman that raised us. As a dancer, Judith Jamerson was the one that I, aspired to be like her. As an actress, there's been several women that I've loved. Diana Carroll was somebody and she played my mother once on Touched by an Angel episode, and I thought I would die. Literally, when I see her, I find myself genuflecting. It's the funniest thing. I'm like on my knees, kissing her hand like she's the queen. I'm like, Vanessa, you look stupid, get up. But there's been a lot of people that inspire me, and I can say this too, a lot of the young kids today that are coming out are inspirational because they don't know how lucky they have it, because I had to fight so much harder than they did. But still, in their personal struggles, some of them I see that they've really worked. And I think at the end of the day, you got to put the work in to get the results. So a lot of people have inspired me. I'm a mother of two daughters, almost grown, 22 and 18. So it's hard for me to say I don't have a responsibility, because if nobody else, I have a responsibility to them and to their friends that are in my home constantly, spending the night. Call me Mama V, call me Mama Calloway, they call me Auntie Vanessa. I'm a lot of names. So, when you're that close to people and they look up to you and they love you, yes, you automatically have a responsibility. Now, do I feel I'm responsible for every little girl in the world? Not directly, but indirectly, of course, because they could easily be the friends of my daughters. They could easily be my daughter. And you always want to be seen in your best light. But do I let that stop me from being who I am? Not at all. I give myself permission to be an adult, which means sometimes I might do something that maybe you don't need to see. But I don't choose my projects based on, oh, well, the world will look at it this way, or the little girl doesn't need to see me curse like this. I choose my work as an artist. Now, I'm not going to do anything that's embarrassing to me or my family, but if I'm okay with it, if my husband's okay with it, then you need to be okay with it or don't. So yes and no, I feel like I am a role model, but I don't pick everything I do based on whether or not I need to be a role model to everybody. The thing about being black is, it's like I nicknamed my oldest daughter Shaniqua the Valley Girl, because intuitively, really, even in as a young age, junior high, high school, intuitively she knew that she was black. So when she was around her girlfriends and family friends. You know, she was, you know, she went into her mistake. Hey, you know, but the moment she was, you know, at her elite private school in Los Angeles, she was the, you know, on this council and received that award and this GPA, and she was able to mix and flow with all kind of different groups. So intuitively, she knew she had to be different people for different worlds. And I think as actresses, it's the same thing. Yes, of course I'm a black actress. My skin is black. My views are black. You know, my knowledge of who I am in this world is black. I love black people. I love being a black woman. You know, I live in Los Angeles, 7 minutes from Crenshaw. I can't do Beverly Hills and Bel Air because I said I got to be near the beat. I got to feel the rhythm. Now my area is very mixed. It's a great area, but I am that person who I have to be with the beat. So of course I'm a black actress. But now am I a universal actress? Of course I'm a universal actress. I too can mix into any crowd. I can have dinner with President Obama, or I could have dinner with President Bush. It doesn't matter. You know, I could talk politics, I could talk religion. I choose to talk about them carefully, but I am, you know, well-versed and well-rounded. So I am a woman of the world first. I'm an actress of the world, but yes, I am definitely rooted and grounded in who I am as a black woman and actress, definitely. There's several charities that I work with. Sickle cell anemia is one that I work with, the KISS Foundation. I'm on a board there in Los Angeles that's spearheaded by Kiki Shepard. You all know her from Apollo. My brother passed away from sickle cell complicated disease about 10 years ago. And I grew up with a brother that had the actual disease. I have a trait. So sickle cell has always been very near and dear to my heart. And then I've always done a lot of work with the homeless. I have a very I don't know, just a very special in my heart, place in my heart for single mothers, homeless mothers who are, you know, abused women. So the Genesee House in LA and Crystal Stairs, there's several organizations throughout the years I've lended my time and money to, but I really care about homeless people and about, you know, domestic violence in women. If you stay in this business long enough, you have a lot of mountains and valleys. And as I was sharing with, you know, the audiences yesterday, it's about the values in the valley. And to me, that's where you learn your strengths, your weaknesses, and that's where you plan and you recoup and you get stronger and you do your thing. And if you're in this business long enough, I always tell everybody it's like a pendulum. It's like this, and then it goes. You maybe get here. It may even feel like it stops, and then it picks up momentum. But right now, I'm about right here again. You know, it's been a lot of things for me, but everything is really coming together this year, as it has been in the past couple of years, but even more so, it's the acceleration of it. It feels good. And I've been all over the map. I've been doing this for a long time, well over 30 years. So I've been here, I've been here, I've been there, I've been here. But right now, I'm in a good space. Not only is The Last Fall, which stars Lance Gross, who really did an exceptional job in this movie. I think he really is going to show people a different side of his talent. And Nicole Barberi, she's beautiful with him. And Matthew Cherry, our young new director, producer, writer, really did an outstanding job putting this together and writing it. So I'm very pleased and proud of everybody. And I'm very proud to be a part of this project. And even the supporting cast, everybody's very good. I'm also part of the Under Shepherd that stars Isaiah Washington and Lamar Rucker that Russ Parr wrote, produced, directed. Once again, all-star cast: Luke Gossett, Bill Cobbs, Melinda Williams, Robin Lee. I mean, it just goes on and on. Elise Neal, myself. So that is about the Black church and just a lot of things that go on in the Black church. That too is here in the festival, and that will be out. You know, we're looking for distribution for that. Last fall we got our distribution, so that was good news. I'm also part of a film called The Obama Effect that Charles Dutton. Now we did this movie 4 years ago when Obama won, and we did several rewrites and stuff. So that is coming out the summer into the fall. It's called The Obama Effect that Charles Dutton wrote and directed and was a producer on, and I play his wife. So that's really exciting that movie's coming out. And I just got word the other day that I'm back on Shameless this season. I have 5 great episodes, and I understand that the storyline is going to be, I can't give anything away, but it is going to be wild. So I start shooting that in August. I play Shanola Hampton's mother, who's Victoria, on the show, the only black girl on the show. But she is such a sweetie pie. We've become very good friends. I just adore her sincerely. She's a great person, and we've become very close. So I'm really excited about going back on Shameless. So that's what's going on. Yeah. You know, I just the one thing I like to share, especially if any younger people see this, something that has just benefited me all my life. And I'm not quite sure where I heard it. I just know that there's a few things I live by. One, stay ready to be ready. You know, when the door opens, you got to be ready. As I was telling somebody yesterday, and ain't nothing wrong being overweight if you happy with it. If that's your life, that's fine. But don't complain when you get a movie and you don't like the way you look because you ain't been working out and doing what you should be doing. Because the way you look today, when you shoot 2 weeks from then, that's the same way you're going to look. It's not going to miraculously change because now you're shooting a movie. So whatever your stay ready is, whatever that means to you, your acting, your hair for women, your makeup, your teeth, get your teeth fixed, your body, you know, your spirit, whatever that means for you, stay ready to be ready, because when it hits hard and fast, and you need to already be in a place just to go with it. You don't often have time to go back and fix it. You just got to go with the flow. Then I always like to tell everybody, as I tell my daughters, listen to that inner voice. Some people call it God, some people call it your spirit. You know, I call it the inner voice of God whispering in your ear. If God says do it or don't do it, don't talk yourself out of it. It's just like when you tell a young girl, if a man tells you he's no good, guess what? He's no good. He told you. Don't try to make it sound good. So if I could share anything with, you know, especially if you have a younger audience, I would say those two things, you know, listen to the inner voice, because it never steers you wrong. I have 1,000 stories about how when I listened, I was like, thank God I listened, because sure enough, and it's usually the very first thing you hear. It's usually the very first thing you hear, and you go, either you listen and you go, shh, and you sweep it under the carpet, you know. So when people learn how to do that, and when you stay ready to be ready in this industry when the doors open, you'll know how to make it work.